I'm Fredrik Leilani, and I'm the filmmaker.
And I'm Leilani Farha, and I'm the advocate.
And we are together, Pushback Talks. How many years we've been doing this now, Leilani?
5.
5
1, 2,
years.
3, 4, 5.
It's a kind of a cool thing, and we've been publishing a lot of episodes during these 5 years, and with the ambition to meet inspirational people and, together try to understand the world. And also to see that there is a lot of pushback happening around the world.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing run, actually. And we've had amazing guests.
Yeah.
From, when you think about it, all different kinds of guests. The only thing I would say, Fredrik, we haven't had enough artists.
Oh, you need...
Yes, we need a few more artists. I
Okay,
think.
let's bring on the artists.
Yeah.
And we do this because we get energy out of it, energy out of understanding and listening to people, and I think that's we all need to keep our minds going. So for this summer, we're going to have a very special version of Pushback Talks, and we just found out that the label, we will call them word food, or you could call it wordly word food. So I will give you a word, Leilani, and then you have to elaborate. And you might kick me one. And then we do it kind of short, 10 minutes episodes. What do you say about that?
I like the idea. Let's see if we can manage. I think it's fun. Word, food.
Word,
we
food.
will get sustenance from words. We will give people sustenance from our words and thoughts.
Are you ready?
I think so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leilani, hope.
You're making me stressed. The countdown and then this big word, hope. I hear a lot of people using this term right now because the world is in such a critical position, whether it's the wars that are being waged, whether it's climate change. There's a lot of people are saying, well, we've got to have hope. And I actually don't like the word. I find it thin. I'm an advocate, and I can't rest on hope. I mean, that's not going to make change. That's not going to make the world a better place. I need action, strategy, law, movements.
But in all what you are mentioning now, there is hope. I see hope in action. I see hope in when people are doing something, when people gather together, when you do stuff together with your neighbors to improve your neighborhood. I mean, I think for me, hope is really important. And I think also in my work, I try always to look for hope, for light. We can call it light.
Light, yeah.
And because it's very easy to go down that dark alley, everything is going to hell. And right now, in the time of the Trumpists take over around the world, of course, it's very easy to look away from hope. So I think it's actually, that's why I think this word is extra important right now.
Interesting.
So,
I suppose when I wake up in the morning, and I willingly, and sometimes with quite a bit of energy, go to my desk to do my work. I suppose there's a kind of, I don't know if it's hope. I think it's a possibility for a better world. I think it's opportunity. I'm always looking, what are the opportunities to make change? What are the doors I can walk through or break down to make change? So I guess it is a kind of hope, but it's just, there's something about that word. I don't know.
I think what we are doing in this podcast and what I do in my work and you in your work is like we're looking for ways to move things. And I think, and we do that here by trying to understand, learn more about stuff. And I think that knowledge gives us hope, to understand the complexity of things. That's hopeful too, because understanding is also a tool in itself. And I think that the language is also, we have now a word summer here, wordly summer. So it's if we find the correct language, and I think what you did in the film Push is that you kind of went through with your message that housing is a human right. I mean, that language was so important. That's hopeful in itself to formulate something that travels. So that's hope for me. Okay. Now you have to turn it around because we're going to do you have any words for me?
I do have a word for you, Fredrik. Bananas.
Bananas. Oh, that yellow little pesticide-fueled little fruit. Oh, it's like the banana republics. It was the Americans going down to Central America, stealing people's land. And then they have this banana disease that came after, so they have to move the plantations all the time. And in the end, they were chopping down rainforest. That's bananas. But then, of course, the world is also bananas. And when I did the film Bananas, which is now, it premiered in 2009, so it's quite a few years ago. The word bananas, I played with that, the double meaning of it, and I think that's what we should do also with words, like to play a bit. And then when I got sued by Dole Food Company, one of the biggest the biggest fruit company on the planet, but they have 25% of the world market of bananas. They sued us. And then I made this film called Big Boys Gone Bananas. And of course, the big boys are then Dole, the big corporations. Yeah. And I mean, I told you there's the same group of lawyers that sued us for bananas are now suing Greenpeace up in Dakota. So it's we were kind of close to the real big evil on this planet.
Big Boys Gone Bananas.
Yeah.
One of the all-time best titles of any film, in my opinion. I love that title. Yeah. For me, bananas. So interesting, bananas. I mean, bananas are something at least in my culture, you eat if you have an upset stomach. If you're traveling and you get, some stomach problem, you eat a banana. And it's sort of, it's like a cure. And then bananas, like as a child growing up, I ate peanut butter and banana sandwiches all the time. I loved it, like a staple. It's like this sort of basic thing. And then there's this history of bananas that you have tapped into.
And destroying your appetite.
Exactly. It's kind of like very...
Bananas is the most popular fruit on the planet.
Yeah.
And in every supermarket... It's 1% of the turnaround in Canada, in Sweden, and everywhere. It's a staple. Yeah. So it's extremely popular and extremely rentable.
Yeah.
And of course, it's extremely produced in an unsustainable way for the planet and for the workers, because to be able to produce in the way they do, they need a lot of pesticide and fungicides and insecticides and you name it, and the earth is destroyed forever. So it's not sustainable, and we shouldn't eat it, because then we contribute to oppression and destroying the planet. So if you should go for bananas, it should be fair trade produced.
Yes. Well, and you've changed my life, my family's life with your film, because now we have to search for those fair trade bananas, which do exist in my city. We can get them, but not at every store. So we have to be very selective in where we buy our bananas, but we only buy fair trade in our household, thanks to you. Of course, we're probably contributing to climate change if we're driving around looking for them, but we don't. We ride our bikes. That'll be for the next, our next word food.
Yeah.
Bikes.
Let's see. So I think this was like the first episode of our word food, and I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah, and Pushback Talks will be back already next week, because this is now something we will roll all over the summer. Thank you, and Follow us on social media. On Blue Sky, it's Pushback Talks. On so-called Twitter, or ex-Twitter, it's Push the Film. Same on Facebook. You can also write straight to Leilani on your social media.
Correct.
With suggestions of words we should play with.
And we need a little bit of love, too. Love can come in the form of money. If you want to give us a little money every month, you can go to patreon.com, look for Pushback Talks. Every euro, every pound, every dollar buys Fredrik a cortado. No, it helps us produce the podcast. Otherwise,
that's great.
We do it for free.
Good. See you soon.
Bye, Fredrik.
Bye.
Pushback Talks is produced by WG Film. To support the podcast, become a patron by going to patreon.com/pushbacktalks. Follow us on social media at make_the_shift and push_the_film. Or check out our websites, maketheshift.org, pushthefilm.com, or breakingsocialfilm.com.